John McKinney.
Sharon Kranick, HR Director.
Manny Marino, Chief of Police.
Greg Forian, PBA.
Warren Carmen, PBA.
Nancy Bates, HR Journalist. Carly Meek, Assistant City Attorney.
Never mind, I get them confused. All the attorneys, sorry. So Warren, I have a couple of items that I wanted to go through with you. So I know that when we met last time, we stated that we had a wage proposal for you. And I'm going to tell you what it is, but then I'm going to tell you that we want to hold off, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Okay, so I did discuss with the city manager over the fact that, we wanted to give the $1.95 just like with IUPA, and then just like with everyone else that we've offered the 5%. So, the initial offer that we wanted to come to you with was the $1.95, then 5%. However, now that we've made an offer to IUPA, it's been countered, and I think in all fairness, we also need to make sure that there's enough differentiation between sergeants and lieutenants that I believe it would be, unfair to come in and make a proposal today until we have something settled with IUPA. That's just, I've got to have a proper differentiation between the two ranks. So for the wage article, I would like to postpone until we can get something somewhat, in an agreement with IUPA.
Are you meeting with them again before we go to max millage?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so we already have a meeting lined up.
Next week, I believe.
Yeah. Next Thursday.
This is July 11th. No, you have another meeting.
I have it as July 6th.
July 6th. And then any more before?
Yeah, I think there's one more. Let me double check. Maybe not.
Because I feel that if we were to make an agreement to something and the day had
Yeah,
something,
I couldn't.
then you're going to pull it back and then,
Right, I can't until I know about
Yep.
where they're gonna be, because I know their counter actually puts the sergeants at about $700 more a year than we asked for, and that's their base before they,
yep. So we're meeting with them on the 11th. Are you all available? So our next meeting is the 14th already.
right. We're, yeah, we got the 14th
Right.
and the 25th, right?
Correct.
The day
So-
that they're setting.
Oh, no, I have it as I have
So-
IUPA as the 6th. Do you not have that?
I have on the 11th.
You don't
We
have it on
moved
the
it because
6th?
nobody was available, right?
I think that y'all are going to schedule a meeting for the 6th. And,
Yeah, it is on the 6th. So the cancellation hasn't gone out for the 11th. So I can cancel that.
All right, so let me make, I don't think I have
but
it.
I think you were going to do one for both.
Yeah, I don't have one on the 6th, so that's when you want to do it?
No, that's
No,
the
no,
one
that's
that's set up
IUPA.
for you.
So
Okay.
we already have,
Yeah, the next one I got for us is the 14th, is that right?
Yep, 8:30 on
Yeah.
do you, are you available on the 11th? What I'm thinking is maybe we just have a work session
Yeah, I have it down on the 11th. I have it
for
on the,
IUPA.
yeah. I have IUPA on the 6th and the 11th.
The 60 attorneys won't be there, so I think the 11th was probably.
That's what it was, because Lambert
That's
couldn't
what
be
it
there.
was. The 6th needs to be canceled.
Okay.
So are y'all available for a work session on the 12th? Just to go over
I am.
wages,
You good
so
for
that
the
we
12th?
can go through scenarios.
Okay. That you'll need to be getting ready for? Okay.
The morning of the 12th is doable.
The morning of the 12th
Yeah.
would be good? We could do the morning of the 12th.
Okay. 8:30?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, Candace, would you send an invite out and make the public notice for Wednesday, July 12th at 8:30 for a work session. So it's not, we're not negotiating, it's going through scenarios. And then, just the other, thing on that particular article is when we went through it, for the most part, 4 out of the 5 lieutenants all made the same thing. So it was looking at, just the option, thought of making them all uniform across, all 5 of you, because then that also creates additional spread between sergeants and lieutenants. So just something to mull over between all of you guys.
No, we've discussed that, because I'm that odd man out, and so clearly we want to get all, if we're gonna pay all the lieutenants the same, let's pay them all the same.
Okay. So then you're okay with that? Then
Yeah.
we will, on the 12th, we will have something in that regards too.
Okay, I hope it's a lot more than $1.95 and 5% though. I mean, you told me yourself at the table that the city expects costs to go up 10. So what you're asking my guys to do is take a 5% pay cut, and that's just not gonna work.
I told you. it's
I know
on
you're
the
pulling
table.
it, I know you're pulling it.
I'm just telling you what we were, as I've
I know.
told you up front.
I just
I gave
wanted to
you-
get that on the
I
record, that's
gave
all.
you the same offer that everyone was, number one, catching you up on the $1.95,
Right.
and the same 5% that,
Yeah, that's,
everyone.
what I'm saying is, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
I don't think for any of the unions, that's gonna work.
Okay. Then for Article 14, I know that I presented something to you previously. The city attorney went back and said that he's reworded it so that there was a whole lot less changes. So I only made 5 copies based on the normal attendance.
We can share,
I can grab that.
Yeah.
we can share.
You have your copy
Yeah,
already?
I think
Yep.
it's this one.
There you go. I'll give you the copy. So the city attorney went back through it, made a few less changes just based off of, so that it wasn't a major revision, but it still goes towards, simplifying everything across the union. So again, I'm just handing it to you. I know that we can't go back and forth on that today, but
Yeah,
we can circle back around on this at our next meeting.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we're not gonna,
Yep.
we're gonna have to
So-
look at that close.
Yep. Then the other thing again, to me, based on prior attendance.
It's okay. We can share.
Now, I'm just sharing with you lock, stock, and barrel IUPA, only because, and I do have yours here too. So
Okay.
I do want you to know that everything that you've asked in yours is going before council for consideration. But I can tell you that, what we have put on the table with IUPA over the sheer fact of, going through this is the fact that, 25 years regardless of age and 52 and 10. I do completely understand you have 48 and 10 now.
Yeah, that's not a pension improvement.
Completely. So,
That one kind of boggles my mind, because obviously they came to me with that right after the meeting, right? Because of the other hat that I wear.
Mhm.
How is that a pension improvement?
I didn't say it was.
Okay.
But the 25 and out for tier 2 is a big pension improvement. So again, it's just looking at things.
Well, tier 2 right now is going out at 48. That's the assumed
Yeah.
time that they leave.
Understood, but right now they don't have the 25 and out.
Correct, because they don't gain anything by
Absolutely.
doing so.
So
So
again-
why would they agree to having to do 25?
There's not been
to-
any discussion, Warren.
No,
just
I understand, but
sharing with
you've just offered this to me, and I'm
No.
trying to comment on
Yep.
it,
Okay,
right? What would entice IUPA Tier 2 guys to take something that makes them stay 25 years when there's no benefit to that for them. That's number one. Number two, they're already assumed to leave for pension purposes at the age of 48. So I really am mind boggled that that would even be a suggestion by the city, and I'm trying to figure out where that's coming from.
Okay.
No comment?
No, sir.
Okay.
Yep. So then, so that was wages, pension, but like I said, 100% of your ask is
Okay.
going before council.
Yeah, because that'll,
Yeah.
I can tell you that, this will never get through my house, ever.
So anyway, but it is going, like I said, 100%. And other than that, we've already provided to you the vehicle article.
Mhm.
We're good there.
Cost studies for the pension.
Yep, that was my next thing. So, well, that's a separate, but this afternoon, to the two unions, there will be a ordinance going out for consideration on updating the language. And then based on that, that should allow the pension board to go forward with updating their valuation statements. So,
Yeah, Chad's ready to go
Yep.
on that, just looking
So-
for those numbers.
Yep.
And I know you talked to Karen this morning, so
No,
we'd have them.
sir, I talked to her Monday,
Monday?
and.
Did you get an email?
Yep.
Send her an email this morning?
I
Okay.
called her within 5 minutes of seeing the email.
No, I mean this morning, did you send her an email?
I don't think so. Oh, no.
About her getting the
I
numbers?
said that by the end of the day,
Yeah.
once I got through here, everything would go out.
Okay,
So I spoke to the city attorney not 15 minutes before walking in here, so that's going out.
okay.
Yes, sir.
I do have some questions and some comments on the proposed changes to the grievance procedure.
Mhm.
One, I understand the concept of, except to the extent provided by the Arbitration Act, that the arbitrator's award is final. I don't see any issue with that.
Where are you at, sir?
At the last
Last
page.
page, last page, thank
Okay.
you.
And I also understand that you guys basically want to switch from loser pays to split the bill for an arbitration.
Mhm.
The no new issues or arguments may be raised for the first time at arbitration and may not be considered by the arbitrator. I'm going to let you know I have a problem with that. My experience in arbitrations is both sides tend to bring new stuff up when you're in arbitration, and the reason I'm opposed to that is arbitration, unlike regular litigation, we don't get to take depositions of all the people.
Mhm.
You know, it's a show up, seat your pants type thing, and I would be telling these guys that I would be opposed to that provision up front unless you guys want to start doing discovery
Mhm.
up front in arbitrations. I'm guessing that you guys don't want written reprimands because, I mean, let's be honest, with one exception, I've never seen a union take any written reprimand to arbitration. I don't know whether you're getting beaten over the head at another level, but has a lieutenant ever even filed a grievance in the past, how many years?
That's done.
Yeah,
Probably twice.
was that,
How long ago was that?
And IUPA dropped that before they took it to arbitration for him. You know, and that was a case where he was being terminated, right?
I think it goes simply to the thing, I'll defer to Carly, but just striking written and reprimand just eliminates the ability of, the lieutenant to grieve a written or just a simple reprimand.
Is the motivation because you want it to match what you're doing with IUPA?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, we'll talk.
yeah.
And I can tell you the city attorney is looking at this across all the unions, not just PBA. This has also been submitted to fire, and we already did Neg last year, in terms of getting everything uniformed. So,
Okay.
Thank you, that's all I need to know.
yeah, and again, just little steps, and if you look at what was previously submitted, this is far cry from.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I had, one.
Okay, there was something, we were gonna talk about, language on something, I don't remember what it was, I'd have to play it back, so I didn't bring my notes with me from the last meeting. I'm trying,
I know this was part of that, Eric.
Okay.
We're gonna bring this back
Yeah.
up.
well, yeah, cause this one I had to say no out of hand because we wouldn't have had any ability to read this. But there was something else we were talking about, a
Stipends?
language change.
Do you have it in your notes, Candace?
No, I know we talked about you provided additional information on stipends.
I'll have to go back and,
Yeah, I
that's,
mean,
I apologize, that's
you
on me.
just- I don't-
I was hurrying to get here today and I didn't grab my notes, but,
Yes, so let me go through it. So I know you sent an email to us saying that you just want to follow IUPA stipends.
right,
So I got
good
that.
there.
Um,
I'm sorry, I should have brought it with me, and I don't have it.
we did work on this yesterday, the emergency work policy, so
Okay.
we're on
Yeah,
that.
we're still waiting on that.
Taking care of Article 18. We got your update to 24.5, already said that.
I'll have to pull my notes from last time.
That was all I had.
Okay, yeah, it was just a little language thing, and I'm sorry, it's not coming to mind.
We'll
My
put it back
apologies
together.
too.
Yeah.
I don't recall anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Alright, well,
So again, I just want to reiterate that we want to give a good wage proposal. I can't, I also want to give you something that's fair day one, and then you're not pulling it backwards.
Right.
To IUPA. so-
Right, yeah, well, yeah, what you were gonna get today with the wage offer was,
No, that
I
was
don't
already
know
off.
yet.
I just
Yeah,
told you-
no, I mean,
I
if you
told
made
you
me
that I
one, I
would
mean,
tell
hey,
you
yeah,
on the
this sounds
record.
great, but I can't agree yet until I figure out what I was doing, so.
Exactly. But I told you I would say it on the record.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. So, all right, well, I don't have anything, so, when can we expect the special circumstances, emergency preparedness stuff? Will we get that next, I'd like to get that out of the way before
We will have that at
the
our
last
next
time.
meeting.
Okay,
So we have to have it on the 11th for IUPA.
okay,
So you will have it on the 12th.
perfect.
Just, I was out
And
of
then-
town and
Yeah.
I had in the email, basically we're mirroring everything off of the memo that was out there for Nicole,
Okay,
not
not
Ian?
Ian? Okay,
because, you know, the Ian one was very complex and we
yeah.
made it so you and I could understand it.
Yeah, it should be
for
simple
Nicole.
enough for the average guy to understand it, yes.
I agree with you.
It should be, so that we don't have these issues
Caveats.
arising. Yeah,
Agreed. And again, it's not just for hurricane, it's for any.
right,
That was the other comment that was made, you know, it's like, you know, our current language, you know, just was specific to hurricanes. This could be for any disaster.
Will you be submitting different language for Article 14 for us to consider, or?
I don't know. I've got
Yeah,
to
you
talk to
said
them.
discuss it.
I mean, part of me wants to say I understand why you'd want to be doing that with the other bargaining units, and maybe if we're last, who knows? But part of me says, okay, first of all, I don't see, any need, because it just doesn't happen with these guys. Another thing that I've got to look at is, for example, you guys want to say, hey, you can't grieve reprimands at all. Two considerations there. One, I got to look to see, do you consider reprimands discipline? So if in another policy you still call it discipline, then hell yeah, I'm going to want to grieve it. The other thing that I've seen a lot of agencies do is say, okay, it's informal discipline, and they at least allow you to grieve it through, say, the chief level or the city manager level, but not take it to arbitration. So, these are things that I would talk to them about, and depending upon what they want to do, that might trigger me coming back. But I fully understand the split the arbitrator's fee. I fully understand everything except the no new issues or arguments at arbitration.
I think it's just a preparation thing, and in fairness, for us to all know what's going forward. So, I mean, if you want to propose additional language,
most of the time, almost every arbitration I've ever been in, if you guys want to say, hey, look, we have to exchange witness lists and exhibits and all that and know exactly what's going to happen, then I understand it. But most of the time, I mean, people understand what the grievance is, but most of the time I'm dealing with no exchanging witness list or anything like that. And the problem that I find is with these arbitrators is some of them have just degrees in theology. They're not attorneys, and it's very rare to find a Florida bar attorney. The evidence code, forget that. And so you go, we put that language in here saying you can't raise a new issue, but the arbitrators always go, I'll hear it, and they let it in anyway. So, but that being said, I don't think I've ever even been to arbitration with you guys in the 10 years that I've been here. So, part of me wants to say, oh, we're good, but again, I got to talk to them.
understood.
Yep.
Anybody else? All right. Want to call it?
Sir.
The sign-in sheet.
Oh, yeah, we got to sign in.
You have to put that on some budget.
You don't need them, right?
No, they're witnesses.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Thank you.
Thank you.
We did shut that camera off.
Shoot. Ma'am, your first name's Heather?
Hannah.
Hannah?
I'm
It's
Sharon
Hannah.
Cranick. I haven't met you before.
Thought it was Heather.
Yeah.